Gosh, it's already 3 o'clock on a Sunday. Where has the weekend gone? Hi everyone. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. Hi Priscilla. Hey Ruth, how are you? Good to see you. I was just saying to Jeremy, I don't know where the weekend has gone. Like it's just flown by. We're trying to see all the Oscar nominated films before it's Oscar time, and I don't know if we're gonna get to them all, but hi Isabella. Oh, thank you. Isn't Grogu cute? I finally took the Bill shirt off. Did I have it off last week? I can't remember. But I try to keep it up through the Pro Bowl. And I just kept it on a little bit longer. So, oh, does Grogu need any nuggies at McDonald's? No, he's good. He just had lunch. So, what plans or costumes do you have? So, I'm working on Boba Fett. I know I say that, but I really, really am. The armor's all primed. I got a helmet to work with. I'm going to be modifying a Ruby's helmet, so I'm excited about doing that. So I have the belt laid out. I have the belt parts cut out, and then after that, I think I'm gonna make the whole costume. But I really want to make Jad Nanawood's coat from Skeleton Crew. So Jude Law's character wears 2 coats. He wears like a big kind of Star Lord, Guardians of the Galaxy kind of coat. That's like red and has maybe like coated lapels. He wears that for most of his adventures with the kiddos. I call that his Jod coat, but I want to make the Captain Silvo coat, which is more olive and has like that banding detail on the wrists. So that's my plan so far. So I ordered all the materials. It's good. I just kind of need to get in a groove. It is pretty hard to work on Boba Fett armor when it is so cold, but I just get around it by just taking a lot of time in between coats of paint, you know? So maybe in like the spring or the fall, I give it 24 hours. Now I give it like a 36 to 48. Just like make sure things are super, super cured. So that's the plan. And then I'm thinking of maybe doing other Star Wars stuff. I'm not sure yet. So I'm really trying to keep it like just looking a costume ahead or so. So thanks for asking. I appreciate it. WJZ1231 or Will gets a shout out. Here's your shout out, Will. Name 5 countries in Europe. Is it a quiz? Yes, I saw the new Captain America movie. I really liked it. I was just saying that, like, I don't know, they're not that the Marvel movies have been bad, but there've been quite a few where I've walked out of the theater going, you know, that was a bit of a mess. I'm not sure this one was a mess. It was good. Could it have been better? Yes, but I thought it was very solid. I thought it was really good. We've only seen it once. I'm excited to see it again. Just been super busy. Name a car for an edit. Corvette Stingray. So, oh, I'm so glad you like the videos. Favorite Mandalorian has to be Din Djarin. He's my favorite. So, but I have a lot of favorites. I like Bo-Katan too. Can I cosplay Mia Khalifa? I don't have any plans to cosplay that now. Also want to let you know, oh, Sabine, that's a good Mandalorian as well. I'm teaming up with YouTube. They're testing a new feature called Jewels. And it's just a different way to give gifts. So instead of giving like $1, you buy like a flower and give the flower, and the flower is $1. So it's being rolled out on Vertical Live. So I'm helping them test it out. That's what that is. I don't expect anyone to give me a gift. Obviously, I'm very grateful if you do. But I know like inflation and it's a low spending time of year. People are paying their credit card bills from Christmas. Like I don't expect anyone to give me their hard-earned money. But that's what that is. And because I'm partnering with them, I just want to make sure I mention that. So if you see that on my or anyone else's live, it's called Jewels. A lot of mother energy. Oh, Mahina, I'm so sorry about your parents. That's horrible. Hi, everyone, just scrolling. It's Def Not Thalia asked for any tips for ice skating. My best tip is if you're a beginner, make sure your skates are tied super tight. we are not used to wearing really tight shoes. The society we wear a lot of like sneakers and Crocs and sandals. But your ankles really need to be locked in because you're balancing on a skate blade. You know what I mean? So if your skate isn't tied tight, it's gonna flop around. So then people will say things like, "Oh, I have weak ankles." When the majority of the cases, it's just that your skates aren't tied tight enough. You need to be really locked in there, like you're wearing a ski boot. So, pardon me. That's my best tip. Keep your knees soft. Don't get too tense, and just have fun. Go real slow to start. Oh, that's so many nice comments. Yeah, I know there's some trolls. I just try to totally ignore it. So thank you. I didn't even do anything with my hair. I just like air dried it. So it falls okay. Do you like Central New York? I spent some time in Syracuse. I like it. My favorite thing about like Onondaga County was actually along, gosh, it's been a few years since I've lived there, but it was like Lake Onondaga, the big polluted lake. By the mall, there's a beautiful path to rollerblade on. Oh, it's so pretty. You can kind of see it from like the New York State Thruway when you're driving across the state. And I used to like, oh, I used to love skating there. I do like Star Wars, and it's one of my kind of like, pillars of my content is like Star Wars, Marvel, Buffalo Bills. But I'm kind of making whatever I've done pretty, I don't know, okay, I would say on these video apps by just making whatever I kind of want to make, whatever makes me laugh at the moment. So, like, I recently did a video about like clothes retailers fighting with each other in heaven. Actually didn't do that great here on YouTube, but it did pretty big numbers on the other two. So I might do a few more of those videos. They're fun to do. It's nice to have something to do that's a little bit easier because the time it does take to make all the costume changes, and not to mention make the costumes, does maybe make my videos take a little bit longer than maybe videos that don't have those elements. So it's nice to have a bit of a sort of an easier one to work in there. So. Are you close to finding out if her son's being alive? Oh, you mean in the afterlife? I don't know yet. I want to explore some other areas of the afterlife first, I think. Because I'm getting Captain Carter in there and so forth. Grace, you have a question? Sure, go ahead. You love rollerblading, so I'm just scrolling past my comments here. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do. It's you need like the perfect kind of terrain to do it in, but it's one of my favorite things to do. I look like your computer teacher. Well, I bet she is a fabulous teacher. Oh, Oscar, hi from the Isle of Wight. Good to be. I'm glad you're here. Oh, Sasha, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate that. Oh, Robert Bishop asked, "Hi Jen, are you okay when you did the sledding with Grogu?" I will say that I'm working on a behind the scenes video of it. It didn't go the way I thought. I didn't think I would go that fast. I didn't think I would go right into the tree. I thought I would kind of slide gently underneath. So while it kind of went the way I was hoping, it more violent. I thought for sure I was going to crack some of my armor. But it actually turned out I went over the whole armor, I cleaned it, and I didn't really see anything. It got very dirty, like because I was sliding on like I hit some dirt or something, so I had a lot of dirt everywhere, but ultimately it was kind of okay. My belt had some cracks in it from before, and maybe one of those cracks is a little bit deeper now, but I got to replace that piece at some point anyway. I think the worst thing that happened was one of my shoulder belts now has some scratches on it that are like deeper grooves. They'll need to keep an eye on it that they might crack, but you know, I I do I don't get happy when damage happens to my costumes, but I'm trying to, listen, it was no one's fault but mine, and it could have been so much worse. But yeah, I'm fine. Like it didn't, yeah, it was good. Thank you. I almost didn't post. I'm like, is this like too much? I didn't even realize, that you could see my helmet fly off in the video. But yeah, it's fine. Thank you for asking. Are we gonna see a Grogu and a Trooper Mom skating skit? No, because the snow has covered the lake right now, and it makes it hard to tell how safe it is. There's people actually out there driving ATVs on it right now, and I don't know, I think that's not that safe. So It's covered with snow, so you can't see the ice. Grogu doesn't have feet, so what I'm going to do instead, though, I think we're doing a video on the making snow angels or snow force ghosts. Leo asks, did you name the woman of the afterlife the fridge because of the Shield prison? No, that's just a very happy coincidence. I did a video once where Maria Hill gets confused about the title because she thinks that's why. No, it's just about that thing in storytelling that like when a woman character is only there to die to advance the man's story, it's called fridging. That is not the case for every character in the MCU or in the afterlife, but I thought it was a fun nickname with some subtext to it. Thank you. Oh, so many nice comments. So like saying, glad Trooper Mom Grogu found a proper babysitter in Bo. I haven't had the babysitter show up in a while. I was just thinking about that when I was thinking of Valentine's Day ideas. I really liked where I landed on it, but I was trying to brainstorm some things like, oh, or maybe Trooper Mom and Grogu and Mando Dad gonna have a date night, and we'll like Bo-Katan show up to babysit. But it did strike me that they haven't babysit in a while, so it's definitely their turn. Oh, your grandma loves your baby Yoda doll. It's so cute. Will I make the Grogu voice? Absolutely.
Hey, Mom. Every time you go live, someone wants to hear this voice. And they want to know how you got there, but it's my voice.
I just think of doing like baby talk, and then instead of like baby gurgles, just kind of actually make the louds, make the words. Oh, Daisy, hi! You saw Brave New World and thought it was fun? Yeah, I didn't think it was the best Marvel movie ever, but I thought it was good. And I saw my friend Frankie talked about it, saying that when Anthony Mackie was on screen, you couldn't take your eyes off him, and I thought, man, that's really true. He really had a great presence in that movie, and I thought it was really good. I was maybe if I had to change anything, I would have maybe made it a little more fun because Mackie, right, has such a big personality, and I kind of wanted to see. I mean, he was joking a little bit with Torres, and that was great, but maybe just a little bit more fun, especially to show how different he is from Steve. But that's my one quibble. But I thought it was good. I'm excited to see it again. Baby Yoda's right there. Oh, I'm the reason you got a Grogu doll. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Hopefully, got a good deal on it. Gilded Valkyrie asks, what's my favorite costume I've made? I would say my favorite costumes are the ones that have the greatest variety of skill. Like I've sewed, I've 3D printed, I've painted, I've model made, I've done the leather work, you know. So that would be like Bo-Katan, The Mandalorian, The Armorer, Ahsoka, Zori Bliss, like those kind of my recent bigger projects, just because I can take a look at the whole thing. I'm like, wow, I made like every single part of that. I'm really proud of that. So. Daily backflip stream. I don't have a daily backflip stream. I'm not sure I even know what that is. My favorite snack. I'm a weird snacker. I sometimes am a big texture person. Sometimes I'll just want like rice, like a big bowl of white rice, which is so bland. But sometimes that's like what there's supposed to be something in it my body is craving. I like cheese. I'll have it or like a bowl of chips. Like kind of just really boring, bland food, I guess, for a snack. I'm not sure why. Because when it comes to like a meal, I want like a ton of flavor. But for like a snack, I want something just like bland and easy. It's weird. But I also go through phases with snacks too. Are you going to a con? Oh, wait, first of all, yes, I'm going to con this year. I'm about to decide on something next month, but I haven't locked in yet. Yes, Agatha All Along is really good. Someone asked, something I just wanted to ask about. Who makes the Mandalorian voice? Pedro Pascal does. I use show clips from the show to create his lines in my videos. I've always done it that way. I know it's a little hokey, but I think that it cracks me up when a line from something else is put in a new context. I just think it makes me laugh. I'm opposed to the idea of using AI for it. I know people have suggested that. I don't know. I don't think, I think there's something about that, like taking Pedro's voice and having it repurposed to have him say words he didn't say. I don't know. I think the extra sub layer of joke that um, a line that he used for about like a battle is now being used for about like snack time, I think is funny to me. So that's why I do it, and that's why I'll always do it that way. Unless like Pedro Pascal like guest stars in my video, which will never happen ever. But I'm just saying that's I'll never use AI. I just put show clips together, and sometimes I'll mend stuff together, but I'll never create words really. Except for like one time I had him say Bill from like Ability, but like just maybe I'll change the pronoun. Like I'm talking about my trooper mom. I did in the Valentine's one. Like, oh, he says you're very special, kid, and so I changed it to she's very special, kid. Like I took like let's see what she's got, and I put that together like that. So it feels like cheating. I don't even feel like it's cheating. Like yes, it's like cheating, but also just feels like a little bit unethical. Like I don't want to hide how what I'm exactly what I'm doing, how I make these videos. You know what I mean? I just but when you make someone's a different words come out of someone's mouth like that, I don't know. There's something about it. I don't think it's for me. I learned about fridging from Jen's MC of the Afterlife skit. The more you know. I'm not showing what socks I have on. I don't. That's no, thank you. I'll show you what shirt I have on. This is my Scarlet Witch spirit jersey. Isn't that pretty? I was saying my hair was covering it, so I wanted to show that off. Oh, Anakin Skywalker says, I've been doing Leia's hairstyles. My favorite so far are being her milk braids. Leia's a great, she has so many cool styles, and I think they're a little more accessible, I should say, than like maybe Padme's hairstyles, which sometimes require like a bunch of like tools and volume and stuff. I've only ever done her buns, and then for my Hoth Leia, I kind of like a Disney bound, I've just kind of cheated with a headband, and then her Leia gown, I have like a big extension, and then her like a braided headband as well. So you worked on Thor: Love and Thunder while you were filming in Australia. That's so fun. I bet that was that a fun job. I think at Tycho. I bet that seems like a fun set. Oh, okay. Question for Jen: has Grogu been up to any mischievous situations? Specifically, has been messing with the talking to the characters in the costume closet? It's so funny you asked that because I was thinking about the costume closet. Like I had Peggy in there. I'm like, wait a minute, should Peggy have an accent? But then I'm like, no, these are just clothes. These aren't characters. And yes, I could give Huxley an accent because that's the personality of the costume. That's not the personality of the character. So yeah, I feel like he's not a costume, so he hasn't been in there. I feel like there's been enough material so far. I think the Scout Trooper costume maybe had him in her hands one day, but he doesn't verbalize that yet. I haven't done that kind of crossover. Bye, Jayhawks fan. Did you watch the Super Bowl? Yes, I did. I wasn't going to. I was pretty heartbroken Bills fan, but I think the night before, I was invited to a friend's party, and the night before I said, okay, you know what, we'll go. We were just gonna like go to the movies or just do something else when it was on. But we went to my friend's house, and they had it was fun. Obviously, I enjoyed the outcome. And I don't hate the Chiefs, but listen, you can't help being a little heartbroken about how things went for the Bills. So it was satisfying to see. And then I really enjoyed watching the NFL honors. That was great. Favorite culture food like Mexican. I do love Mexican. I love Indian as well. Those are pretty up there. And then Japanese food too. I love sushi. Could I make a clone trooper costume? Yes, I could. It is not in the near plans, but that is by far the costume I get asked about the most. Are you gonna make a clone trooper? Are you gonna make a clone trooper? Are you gonna make a clone trooper? So there's so many, right? So I have to choose like the right phase and the right paint job. So I'll never say never, but it's not in the new plans. Plan number one, finish Boba Fett. The armor's primed. I have the silver layer down. ran out of silver paint, so I have more in order. I'm actually going to be painting the yellow parts today, which is super exciting. And then I'm done with the yellow. And I've cut the belt out. I need to assemble the belt. I have to dye the leather before I do that. So Ben, what a compliment. Thank you so much for letting me know. I'm so glad you enjoy the videos, and I'm so glad you're here. Life-size BB-8. Wow, that's awesome. Starting an action figure collection. That's amazing. I'm not an action figure collector, but I love when I love fandoms, and I love how everyone expresses their fandoms in different ways. Like some people collect things, some people make things, some people dress up in costumes, some people love the books. Like it's just really fun. I love seeing uh, people take their passion for the same thing that I have, but express in a different way. I think that's really cool. Oh, Daisy, thank you so much. Well, Carter, happy birthday. Go Bills. Favorite Marvel movie? Oh, that's a good question. I have so many, I can never just pick one. I love Thor Ragnarok. I love Infinity War and Endgame. Civil War is really good too. I like Infinity War and Endgame were such big moments that you almost forget how like amazing Civil War was. And I love Spider-Man No Way Home. It's so good. Favorite Star Wars. Along those lines, I can't pick one. Though I have favorite parts of every Star Wars movie. I think the movies have my most favorite things, let's say, are The Empire Strikes Back, Rogue One, and The Force Awakens. I have seen the new Captain America. I really enjoyed it. We were talking about it earlier on this live stream. I think it was solid. I think it was great, entertaining, really well paced, above average in the pacing in terms of relative to other Marvel movies. And yeah, I maybe wish it was a tiny bit more fun, but I thought it was great. Anthony Mackie was so good. Harrison Ford was really good. Like the acting, and they're not messing around. Oh, Angelica, I'm honored. Thank you so much. Favorite animal? I love cats. I miss my cat. We don't have a new cat yet, so maybe I'm not quite ready yet. I love birds. We have bird feeders, and I just love watching the birds. So yeah, there's no animal I hate except I'm not a fan of geese. You asked your friend Star Wars or Star Trek. She said, "What's the difference?" Well, like Star Trek is Earth, right? It's an Earth of the future, and it's people from Earth and other planets, like discovering new world, like we're discovering new world, I should say. It's a space exploration show based on an Earth future, where Star Wars is a completely different fantasy world, a different galaxy, different everything. So I think that would be the main difference. Obviously, there's tons of differences, but like the main basic difference, I feel like that's it. Who would you want the Bills against the Super Bowl? Anybody? I don't care. I don't care. I just want to go. Um, this year, I won't lie. I was rooting for maybe Bills Lions only because the Lions have never won and we've never won. That would just be an amazing, and that fan base is really cool. But I like the Eagles too. That's a fun fan base. And I was people in my family that are Eagles fans, so that would have been really fun too. But I don't. Commanders would have been fun. Like yeah, it would all would have been fun. I have no hated NFC team. Whoever I just want to go. So Star Trek has coffee. What's it in Star Wars? It's calf, right? Although at Disney World, the cold brew black calf is a fave. Someone asked that about has Grogu gotten any trouble with the New Republic? No, and I was just saying that the day to Jeremy, I'm like, it has been a second since you showed up as the New Republic cop in a video. We need to do that pretty soon. So, favorite character to dress up as? There's a couple different ways to answer it. There are some costumes where I put on and I go, dang, this is a cool look. I mean, one of it, an obvious answer is Mando, because Mando is so transformative, and I get why people don't think that that's me in there. It's just I think the shoulders, something it like transforms my silhouette, and I have it on. I'm like, oh man, I look like the show. Black Widow, interestingly, is like that too. Something about I didn't make that costume, but something about I put that on. I'm like, this is so cool looking. I just love that look. And then more recently, actually Captain Carter, but she's the new girl. So when I have her on, I'm like, ooh, oh, this is cool. Um, yeah, maybe those three. In terms of playing the characters, I don't really think about it a lot. I think about it more in the writing. I kind of write in the way that it's kind of performance proof, I hope, because I feel like I'm a better writer than I am a performer, but I kind of just try to get through it. I don't think I'm great at accents, but they're really fun to do, and I don't know how to do them except to do them in skits. So, um, then what do I think of the newest Venom movie? I really liked it. I got to go to the New York premiere, amazing, and I like the Venom movies. What I love about the Venom movies is they kind of don't take themselves super seriously. And I love that. I love a movie that just like, listen, we're just gonna have a good time and everybody can relax and let's just it's fine, it's cool, let's just have a good time. I like that. So I like all the Venom movies, even though I know that Venomverse or there's some movies in there that aren't as strong. But I really liked it. There's some other good questions here. Favorite character from the OG trilogy, prequel trilogy, and sequel trilogy? Anakin, thank you. OG trilogy, favorite character is Leia. Sequel trilogy, favorite character is Rey. Prequel trilogy, favorite character... Boy, there's some good ones. I will say I don't think the prequel trilogy did as much character development as I wish they had. They did obviously a much better job in like Clone Wars and stuff like that. So maybe, I guess Padme, I guess. But I wish I had seen more in the movies what she was doing. That like we got to see more of that in like the deleted scenes in the Clone Wars show. If that's fair. The best thing I ate on the Disney Treasure. Oh my gosh, there was, man, I think there was like a squidding pasta. It wasn't squidding pasta, but there was some kind of pasta dish. And I can't remember which restaurant, I can't remember what it was called. And it was so good, but it was all so good. That's what, I mean, I've been on cruise ships before. And listen, I get it. You are taking food to sea, like it's frozen. It can't all be fresh. Like just, you're dealing with mass quantities. I forgive it. Like I know it's not gonna be the best food in the world, but the food in the Disney Treasure was really good. And also really memorable was the last night, the Coco restaurant, the Mexican was very good. So, okay, good night. I know people are in different time zones, so you gotta peel off. You can peel off. Hi, Aubrey. Hope you have a great birthday. Did you go ice skating this year? Yes, I did. I posted a video about it 2 weeks ago, last week. So the ice is still frozen, but it is covered in snow, and we've had a couple like warmer days, relatively. So I don't know. It needs to be cold for a long time before I feel good about it. What else? Did I cry at the end of the Venom movie? No, because no, I did. I didn't cry at the very, very, very end. That's why I was at the very end. But like that scene with Venom and Eddie was pretty sweet. But listen, it's a comic book movie. Death is never, ever, ever permanent. So, do you like the Harry Potter movies and books? I do. I've seen all the movies. I've read all the books. I think they're good. My favorite movie is Prisoner of Azkaban. I just really like the music. Yeah, I don't really make content about Harry Potter. It's not a fandom that I feel like I have anything to say about. But yes, I'm very familiar with the properties. I don't think I would do a Venom cosplay. It's a super cool look, but I don't think that's in my plan. The new baby to be a boy or a girl and deciding a name. Oh, that's fun. That is always nerve-wracking trying to come up with names for like your characters. I know when I would play The Sims, and I'll be like, man, what am I gonna call this baby? I don't know. How do people do it? So it's stressful. Okay, I have a bunch to do this afternoon, so I'm gonna wrap this up. I'll take a few more questions, and then we'll get going. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate that. I'll say again that there's a new gifting option called called Jewels. I'm helping YouTube test it out. It's a different way to give gifts. I don't expect anyone to get a gift from me, but I make sure I mention what that is. I know also I'm supposed to mention that there are some Valentine's gifts this month, like I guess hearts and cute things like that. So that's what that is. So that's him waving. There you go. Someone asked about Joann's closing. I am sad about Joann's closing. I think because my local one closed last summer, I am further along in the being sad process about it than maybe some people are that are just losing their stores now. So if I seem not as upset about it, it's only because my store closed last summer. You know what I mean? It's like July. So yeah, it's been a bummer, but I've already started to adjust. I order fabric online. I go to New York City's fashion district. I'm very blessed that I have options, but it sucks. And it's hard when you're trying to do something quick and you need something quick. I mean, luckily there are stores like that have craft departments and that have a few things if you need like a zipper or whatever, but it's a huge resource. It's been a huge part of every costume I've ever made, and it sucks. I don't know anything about retail operations. I don't know about the ins and outs. It just feels like it that they fumbled it because it's a growing sector, but that's just my opinion. Closing in the spring, huh? Yeah, I don't know. How do you gift jewels? Oh, that's a great question. I think you just click on it. It's like a super chat, but it's this it's like you just buy a little icon instead of actually, so when it comes up it says like it's a flower instead of like it's a dollar amount. So the exact same baby Yoda plush, he's getting a little soft. I have to like stuff him up a little bit. I could try to send him over and he just like falls over. So do I think Joann's gonna fully shut down? I really don't know. I know they're trying to auction the remaining stores and struggling to find a buyer, so that's not great. You know, and there was an article in Forbes like, it doesn't make sense if they want to keep it strong. Why would they close stores to get the value up? Because the value decreases if they have fewer stores. I don't really know. I'm not any kind of industry expert. My whole perspective is from as a shopper. So I would say it doesn't look great. But favorite hobby Harry Potter character. My favorite name is Hagrid. That's a good one. I do like Harry. I like Hermione. You know, yeah, probably Hermione. Grogu does not have a criminal record. He's not committing war crimes. He's gotten like some visits from like the fire department, but no criminal record. What did you think of a Star Wars anime? Well, they did that. Star Wars Visions, right? Was every episode was a different anime style. It was all made in Japan. So they have kind of done that. I thought it was pretty cool. I liked seeing different takes on Star Wars. I thought that was really a fun thing. So, okay, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for watching and subscribing and for your nice comments and questions. I really do appreciate it. I got more fun things coming this week. Like I said, Grogu's gonna make a snow angel. I shot some closet videos. I'm going to some fun events this week. I know those videos never do well, but I'll have an outfit to share about that. And that's it. So I try to go live every weekend. It's been Saturdays, but yesterday I had a bunch going on, so I'm doing it today. And I need to do more than that, but it's just the week gets away from me. So usually weekends is where I stream. So hi Ellie. Hi Misty. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time.